Motorcycle electrical systems. In the previous section, we learned about the basics of electricity. For repairing and replacing the electrical components in a motorcycle, we will need to learn the functions and components of each electrical part of the motorcycle. The electrical system includes charging system, ignition system, starting system, lighting system, and the horn. The charging system generates electricity to recharge the battery and run other electrical components like starter, various lights, and horn. The main components of a charging system are alternator, regulator, and rectifier. Alternator. There are two types of mechanical devices used to create electrical energy: the DC generator and the AC generator. The DC generator produces direct current. The alternator or AC generator produces alternating current, which needs to be converted to direct current. Alternator generates electricity from the motion created in the engine. It provides electricity to various electrical devices and also charges the battery on the go. Alternator is placed at the opposite side of the kickstarter and it is connected to the battery, regulators, and rectifiers. Rectifier and regulator. The rectifier portion converts the AC power from the alternator into DC power so that it can charge the battery. The regulator ensures that the voltage is delivered within certain limits as not to damage the battery and also converts the excess power into heat. The regulator and rectifier is contained in a single unit, but for some older bikes, they are separate. The rectifiers and relays are associated with the battery and alternator. The purpose of the ignition system is to create a spark that will ignite the fuel air mixture in the cylinder of an engine. Initially, it creates a high voltage to produce spark in spark plug. Then, it controls the timing which ensures spark is generated at right time. Ignition systems can be classified as battery ignition system, magneto-ignition system, and electronic ignition system. Ignition coil, battery, ignition switch, and spark plug contributes together as ignition system. The battery ignition system produces spark in spark plug with battery as main source of power. The magneto-ignition system works on the principle of mutual electromagnetic induction for generating spark. Electronic ignition system or capacitor discharge ignition or CDI uses devices such as transistors and capacitors to produce spark in spark plug. Ignition coil. High voltage is produced with the help of ignition coil. An ignition coil is an induction coil. This is a type of electrical transformer used to produce high voltage AC pulses from a low voltage direct current supply. In motorcycle, ignition coils transforms the battery's 12-volt power supply to the 25 to 30 thousands of volts needed to create an electrical spark in the spark plugs to ignite the fuel. Ignition switch. The function of the ignition switch is to connect the battery and starting motor in the motorcycle having self-starting system. Spark plug. A spark plug is a component for delivering electrical current from ignition system to the combustion chamber. It helps to ignite the compressed air-fuel mixture by an electrical spark while containing combustion pressure within the engine. Spark plug is located at the head of the cylinder. The starting system is used to start the internal combustion engine. The starting system consists of battery and starter. The battery stores the charge, maintains a specified voltage and keeps the electrical system working. The battery delivers direct current to the motorcycle's electrical system when the engine is turned off. Battery also provides the current to crank up the engine when you push the electrical start button. On almost all motorcycles, the battery is located under the rider's seat. Starter. An engine is required to be rotated at a minimum speed, after which it starts running by the fuel supply. This initial rotation is given by the starter. The starting motor is also called a cranking motor. The light system consists of signal lights, tail lights, brake lights, and headlights. Each one of the light is controlled by a switch. Signal lights are used to show the direction in which the vehicle is taking to turn. Brake light gets flashed automatically when brakes is being used. Headlight has the option for low and high beam positions. We use the horn to warn others of the vehicle's approach or presence. Horns operate on battery voltage and are wired from the battery through a fuse, switch, and then to the horns. It converts an electrical signal to sound. The horn works with the help of a relay. When we press the horn button, it closes the horn switch and activates the horn relay. We can adjust the tone and volume of the horn. This brings us to the end of the session. In this session, we have learned that motorcycle electrical system consists of charging system, ignition system, starting system, lighting system, and horn. The charging system helps to charge the battery and run other electrical components. The purpose of the ignition system is to create a spark that helps in combustion of the fuel in the engine. The starting system is used to start the internal combustion engine. The light system consists of signal lights, tail lights, brake lights, and headlights.